The last forensic method I mentioned was bite mark comparison or forensic odontology, as it's often called. And I want to emphasize a few things with regard to bite marks because they allow for a better and broader understanding of some of these unique challenges that forensic science, a different kind of science, present to our criminal justice system. So it's useful for us as a point of study or inquiry for our purposes here. The reason that forensic science is a very different kind of science is because it's comprised of various methodologies that study or investigate two things that few other scientific enterprises will have any reason whatsoever to even attempt to investigate, which are randomness and uniqueness. Randomness and the uniqueness that results from randomness are the basis of much of forensic science. For example, we might be talking about the randomness and uniqueness, as we've said already, of the patterns of scratches on the surfaces of bullets left by the corresponding patterns of microscopic imperfections in the barrels of the guns that fired them. We might be talking about the randomness and uniqueness of the patterns of friction ridges on the pads of human fingers or palms or toes. The randomness and uniqueness of the patterns of wear and tear that build up on the bottoms of your shoes or boots, which could then appear in a footprint and used to identify your shoes as having walked on the grounds of a crime scene if you happen to be there. Randomness and uniqueness of the, let's say, molecular arrangements on the DNA strand. Randomness and uniqueness of the jagged edges of a piece of broken glass from a side rear view mirror at a hit and run scene that could be identified to the car that killed the victim at the scene. Forensic science, more so than few other scientific or technical enterprises, seeks to observe random phenomena and then make determinations about the uniqueness of those phenomena. That's where the expertise lies, and that's what we're trained in. That is what much of forensic science is. If I have a suspect in possession of a firearm, for example, and the barrel of that firearm repeatedly creates a unique and random pattern of scratches that also appear on the autopsy bullet from a murder victim, that suspect now has some really difficult questions to answer. There is there is no other scientific or technical enterprise that seeks to conduct these kinds of analyses or make these kinds of determinations. I mean, think about this for a second. Who else was going to determine if Lee Harvey Oswald's firearm was used to kill President Kennedy? Who else? A biologist at the University of Texas? Uh, a physicist at MIT? A chemist at the University of Michigan? No. It was a determination made by educated, qualified individuals who specialize in examining, comparing, and drawing conclusions about that particular kind of random pattern on bullets. People who were trained and equipped to do that kind of work.